today we're going to talk about rectangular prisms and cylinders. We're going to look at surface area and volume. So up top here I have rectangular prism information. The surface area just means find the area of each rectangular or square face on this prism. So it's like holding a cereal box. You're going to find the top and bottom, the left and right, the front and back. So 6 total sides. If you're somebody who really likes formulas, I did create a formula for it. I described it as saying 2 times length times width. Length times width gets you area of the bottom and the top. That's why I need 2. Length times height, LH, that's red times the green. That's going to get you the front and back face. W times H, width and height, gets you the left and the right face. So you can use this formula if you like, but I think it's generally easier just to talk about it purely in terms of front and back, top and bottom, left and right. Every time you find the area of one of those rectangles and you multiply by 2, you have both of those opposite sides. Another way to do this is to talk about the net. So in this rectangular prism, I have 3 by 2 with a height of 6. We can break it down to all the faces shown here to the right, and that's called a net. So the nets are basically the paper that would wrap around this box or container that you're looking at. So in this picture, the red portion here is for the top and the bottom. These purple strips are the left and right, that's 6 by 2. The green is the front and the back, the 3 by 6. And again, the dimensions of the red, that's going to be the 2 by 3 for that top and bottom. So if you like drawing out the net, you are welcome to use it. Or you can simply talk about front, back, left, right, top, and bottom based on looking at the figure. Now, volume for the rectangular prism is just length times width times height. Another way to think about this, and it's really good for all prisms, is just area of the base, whatever it is, area of the base times the height. So notice that in this figure down below, the area of this base is length times width, and up and down, that's my height. It's like I have a rectangular pancake, and I'm stacking that pancake the number of times that the height is. In that top picture, I'd have 3 times 2 as my base, times the height of 6, and that would give me the volume. So again, surface area is everything on the outside, like I'm painting a box or wrapping it up in gift wrap. The volume is the amount of cereal inside your cereal box. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple quick examples here. I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangular prism. And one of the tricks for this 3D drawing is to draw like 2 diamonds maybe, and then draw the verticals. So let's see how this works. So I'm going to have this be my top face. And I know it's not perfect. Again, I'm just sketching it here. I'm going to try to copy that same shape down below. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect it. So these here are my outsides. And this one is hiding back behind. So again, that dashed line, that's because hiding out of sight. Is my picture perfect? Definitely not. But it's just a sketch. It's just something so you can tell what's happening. So let's say this is a rectangular prism. Let's say this is 5, 7, and let's call that to be 12. All right, let's start by finding the volume because volume is easiest. So let's say I want to fill this box with cereal. Alrighty. So going after volume, so the area of my base is 5 times 7. So I have 5 times 7, that's this area of the base down here, times my height of 12. Let's go ahead and multiply those things together. So we have 5 times 7 times 12, and that's 420. So 420, and let's just say these are units cubed. Volume is in cubic units. So that's how much cereal can fit inside this box. Let's go ahead and take a look at surface area. Surface area, we typically abbreviate with SA for surface area. So remember, what I want is front and back, top and bottom, left and right. So let me go ahead and just kind of describe what I'm doing here. I'm going to go and do surface area. I'm going to do front plus back. Alrighty, so front plus back. Now front and back, they are going to be the same size. As I take a look at this, notice that, I'm going to try to shade it lightly here, this here is the back side, okay? And this one here, that would be the front side. So the dimensions of that back side are going to be 5 times 12. So we have 2 copies, one for the front, one for the back, and the dimensions are 5 times 12. Well, 2 times 5 is 10, and 10 times 12 is 120. Let's go ahead and do top and bottom. So top plus bottom. Again, I'm going to have 2 copies, one for top, one for bottom. As I look at this bottom here, that's going to be 5 by 7. So 2 times 5 times 7. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 7 is 70. And finally, we have left and right. I'll go ahead and shade in the left. So this portion here, that is the left. This one over here would be the right. So left plus right. So I've got 2 copies of that. And again, that side box is formed by 7 by 12. 7 by 12. So 2 times 12 is 24. So we're going to go ahead and do 7 times 24. And it gets us 168. Go ahead and add up all of those values. So 120, 70, and 168. And we get out 358. So that means surface area equals 358. And these are in units squared. So if these were inches, I would say I'd need square inches of 358 in order to cover this box. And inside it, I'd have 420 cubic inches if my units were in inches. Let me go ahead and put another one down here. So let's say I'm going to have, this one here. And I want this one to come up across to here, to here, to here. There we go. And let's say this goes down like that. So again, this is a sketch. It is not perfect by any means. Let's go ahead and say that this part is 8, this part is 4, and this part is 6. So again, this is a sketch. I am not pretending to be the best artist in the world. So 8, 4, and 6, let's go ahead and find that volume. So my volume, in this case, let's say that 4 times 6 is the area, the base, and 8 is that other dimension, that height. Now, you might say height, it's going horizontally. Well, instead of height, you could think about it as depth if you wanted. That's another phrase we use. Think about it as I have a slice of bread. I have a loaf of bread, actually, and 4 times 6 are my slices. So I have this area of bread, 4 by 6, and I have 8 pieces of bread stacked together. So I'm going to have 4 times 6 times 8. 4 times 6 is 24, and 24 times 8 is 192. So 192 units cubed. Let's go ahead now and do our surface area. I'm going to use the same model we did before. So our surface area, let's start with front plus back. So front and back, again, 2 are the same. For me, I just realized I didn't actually draw the back side here. Go ahead and connect this part down the back. Now you can see how many sides you actually have. So front and back, that is going to be this side for me. So this is my back side. This side here is my front. Okay, so notice that that dimension of the back side is 8 times 4. 8 by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Go ahead and do top and bottom. So top plus bottom. And again, there's 2 of them. So taking a look at this, my top, actually no head, I'm going to do the bottom. Bottom's going to be easier. Bottom is all this stuff here. And then the top is this whole section over here. So the dimensions of my bottom, it's 6 by 8. So 2 times 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. And 2 times 48 is 96. And lastly, let's go ahead and do left and right. I'm going to go ahead and use this portion here as representative of my right, that portion over there. So left plus right equals 2 times, and again, this dimension here is that 4 by 6. So 2 times 4 by 6. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. 6 times 8 is 48. And to find that surface area, go ahead and add them all together. So surface area equals, we have 64 plus 96 plus 48. We get out 208. So 208 units squared.